there of a white Jesus.
In order to sculpt something, you have to scrape it. You know.
Yep. It ain't carved, graven work. So it's like this. This piece of wood was graven, was cut, marked out,
You had to cut it.
chiseled out of idolatrous images. So what's an idolatrous image? First of all, it's you know, that Caesar Borgia picture of a white Messiah.
This whole place is an idolatrous image. You
Yeah.
know, Babylon is an idolatrous image.
So it said a graven or something carved. So now let's go to the root word, karox.
All these celebrities, they're idols. You know, because everybody wants to be like them. We're not supposed to be like them. We're supposed to be like Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right. So you got to sharpen your image, right? And that's sharpening something.
Damn.
So the root word comes from karasso, to sharpen to a point, akin to. And it says something else. Let me get that other one too.
Sharpen to a
Grapho,
point.
grapho. So that's something else. That's grapho. Then that means to write with the reference to the form of the letters, to delineate letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other materials, to write with reference to the contents of the writing. All right, so I'm gonna stop right there. You get the mark of the beast. That's telling everybody, hey, this guy is a devil worshiper. He does not respect the laws and statutes and the commandments of Yahweh Shai.
And inside that chip is writings. You know.
Damn, it's called encryption.
Encryption.
So let's go back to Karox. Ooh, it says a pale or stake or palisade, a palisade or rampart. And a rampart is like like say like this. This is the palisade, but I cut it like this at a corner.
Yeah, it's like that.
It comes into an edge, or even like this in the middle. That is the point where the injection is, and that's totally against the scriptures. Pails between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. So let me get it recorded. It says Luke 19:43. For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. So the word that we're looking for is trench. What's a trench? Let's say I wanted to do a trench around the camp, and I would dig around. We're digging into the earth with a stick or something that's pointed to mark something. We're marking the trench. That's what you're doing with your skin when you're injecting yourself with that palisade or that rampart, sticking yourself with that fucking chip.
Or that needle.
Exactly.
Or that rampart is the needle. The palisade is the needle.
Right. So let me just get this.
We might as well call the vaccine the mark of the beast because it's the forerunner, you know. It's what's gonna bring in the mark of the beast because right now everybody's getting shot up, everybody's getting shots, you know. So right now it's the best time to bring in the mark of the beast
because everybody's gonna fucking line up for it. And the brother just got hit with the spirit. That's why I'm at. So Revelation 13 and 15, and then we can go into your lesson. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So we've been explaining about the military bases all over the place. That's the power and that's the image. You know, Rome all over again, Greece and Rome all over again.
Yeah, the ones, the senators, the presidents,
ooh, yeah.
You know, those are the ones who speak for America.
And they have a vice president and a fucking regular. Okay, so there's the president and the vice president.
Yeah.
And then they had the first thing to do with that in Rome with Marcus Aurelio and Marcus Aurelius and and Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius and Lucius Vera. Two of those motherfuckers, or two of those guys were ruling at the same time. One died. So that's how they got the two rulers at one time.
Yeah. That's the two rulers are the
Two horns.
Democrats and the
Oh yeah, we can talk about the horns too.
Democrats
And the Republicans, or the plebeians and the Crucians, or something like that. That the image of the beast should both speak. So what does that mean to speak? If I have my base, if I have a base, let's say we're a country, and I have a base in your country, and you don't have a base in my country, and if I called you up and said, hey man, Brother Amawon, how about I put an airport there so I can land my bombers? I already got the military base, so you don't want to say no. You're going to be feeling subject to that guy that has his base on there, because you're going to need that protection.
Hey, just by you having your base, that is speaking right there, you know.
Right. Speaking. And cause that as many as
because I ain't got to say whose base this is, you know.
You already know.
You know.
To cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So don't take that image of the beast and show harm to the brother. Because like that, hey, that was a spiritual lesson, because what that brother said is true. The spirit in him to come up here and tell us that I'm homeless now and I know how to survive. When the shit hits the fan and then they come and hit you with the mark of the beast and you become homeless, you're not gonna know how to survive. So you're gonna want me to teach you, right? Right?
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
But you know, we told him we hope you remember us because we got the truth. You know, the truth is what's gonna save you.
That's right. See, he knew about the mark of the beast.
Yeah, he knew about running to the hills. Yeah.
He knew the scriptures. So let's go to your lesson, man. That was mine.
Alright. So with that, we hope that lesson was edifying. I got a lesson based on a comment that Apostle Gabar sent me, because I was watching the apostles of GMS last week. It was last week, their camp, and they were talking about how Tahar, you know, how he leads the nation of Israel, you know, and how he's worthy of it, you know, and right after they were talking about that, a woman stepped up, and she was talking to Tahar, and she said, I remember you from 20 years ago, you know. She said, I remember you from 20 years ago. And then that's when, you know, Gabar was like, that's heavy, you know, because she said she remembers Tahar, but why didn't she say she remembered any of the other elders, you know, any of the other elders from One West, you know, because, you know, Tahar, he's worthy of being recognized, being the leader in charge. And then, so I made a comment on their page, and I said that's Yapa. That woman just made an angelic confirmation that Tahar does lead the charge, you know, because she said he's been out here for 20 years, you know, and she came out and seen him. She still sees him, you know.
So he really did the heavy work. For us, we just look at this is how any job is. First, there's the ones that initiate, right? They set the groundwork and the platform for how you do things, and then they write the book on how to do it, or the handbook, or the employee handbook, right? All you have to do is follow it. You don't get fancy. Oh, Tamar's going off on this.
Yeah.
He said you can't eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on Sunday.
Yeah. So I made that comment, and then Apostle Gabar replied, and he said his name means spring-like man. He said his name means spring-like man. And right now we're in the springtime, right? And so I had to look it up. You know, I had to look up what does spring-like man mean. And what did you say?
Vernon.
He said Vernon, right? And that's a synonym.
Hey, but we all got those. We all got those. Everybody in Israel got those names. We all got those names.
Because spring-like is another word for vernal, you know, which is Vernon. You know, some people got names called Vernon. You know, that comes from the word vernal. And when you look up vernal, and vernal, it means youthful, fresh, or new, you know. And the reason why he said his name means spring-like is because in the spring, it's fresh, it's new, everything is fresh, everything is new, just like a youth, like a youthful child, you know. Now let me get scripture.
Let me get this one. This is Philippians 2:9. Wherefore Yahweh also hath highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. Now that's talking about Yahushai. But he also gave us a name. He gave Apostle Tahar, Apostle Paul. He gave all of us a name.
Yep. We all have a name. We all have a name that we have to stand up to.
We all have a spiritual name.
Yeah. Our name is based on our spirit.
That's right.
You know.
That's why you can't go wrong. Even Stinky Biden said, Great Maelstrom. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Shit, that's fine. So let me get the next one. That at the name Yahushai Mashiach, every name should bow, and the things in heaven and things of earth and things under the earth. So the first one that we should look up to would be Yahushai, but there's an order in here. So the first one we look up to here on earth is Apostle Tahar.
Because he's that spring-like man. He's youthful. He's fresh and new. And we'll go to Matthew 18 and the first verse.
Matthew 18.
So remember, you got to be youthful.
18:1. At the same time, the disciples unto Yahushua saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Oh.
So right here, in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be a rank, you know. There's going to be an order. There's going to be a highest and a lowest. Now here he's saying, who's going to be the highest, the greatest?
Let me read that one again. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And that's a big kingdom. That's a big kingdom.
That's a big thing to say, you know.
That's an honor right there.
Man,
that's
where we want to. That's what we're focused on. Mm-hmm. Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? You know.
Yep.
'Cause that's what it all comes down to.
It says Mark 9:33 too. So that's just the same verse. So let me get verse 2. Matthew 18:2. And Yahushua called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So Yahushua, he grabbed up a little kid, right, and he put him in the middle of them, and he said, unless you become like this little child, you cannot be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Now, why did he say that? Because a little child, he's fresh and new. You know, he's innocent. You know, he don't have no diseases. You know,
to be innocent
he's not gonna. A child's not gonna commit adultery. You know.
Because that's what innocent means. You would be like, I ain't doing that shit.
So it says you got to be converted like a little child. And I'm going to look up converted.
So while the brother's getting that, this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding, howbeit in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men. Innocence, right? Back in Matthew 18 and 2, and Yahweh called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So convert into a little children. Convert means to turn around, to turn oneself, and then the metaphor, to turn one's course of conduct, to change one's mind. You see, so if you're not in the truth, that means you're not converted yet. You know, you're not converted into a little child, you haven't changed your mind yet. You know, you're still a sinner.
Still proud, you're still this, you're still that. Because if we go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 20, brethren, be not children in understanding. So don't be immature in understanding, because when you understand things, you're a man, right?
Yeah.
You got to understand this.
So it's not saying a little child, you know,
in all your ways,
that cries and does everything like a little child. You know, it's not talking about that.
And then it says, howbeit in malice be ye children. So if brothers have beef, be like a little child. Man, I used to get in all kinds of fights with my friends and be like, man, let's hang out or whatever. The next day you forget about it, or even after class you forget about it. So then it says, but in understanding be men. And you have to be a man to understand the scriptures.
Yeah. So you gotta change yourself. You know, you gotta put off the old and put on that new. You know.
So you want me to get 18 and 4?
And then let me get preset.
Matthew 13 and 15. Matthew 13 and 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
See, our people, their heart is waxed gross, their ears are dull of hearing, their eyes are closed. You know, they have no sense. They have no senses for this truth. You know, they're not gonna convert. You know.
And you know why? Because they're not suffering. They're not crying in their car or crying themselves to sleep. Oh man, I lost it. Man, that man lost his wife and his little brother.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, you know, like how a little child cries, you know. So just like us, what are we called? We're called the children of Israel.
Oh
The
shit.
children, you know.
And with little children cry, right? So we're converted unto like little children, and the word preacher means crier. Prophet means crier.
Yeah.
Say, man, this understanding like a man and behaving like a child is two separate things.
Man, that's right.
Because guess what? Although you have a heart like a child, and a woman wants to come up to you and let you stick your face in her booty, you're gonna do that because you're a nasty man.
Sure. Yeah.
But you're gonna have fun like you're a child with it, right? And that's the kind of fun you gotta have with this woman. With this woman right here, Sophia. She's fine.
Yeah. Because if you don't change, you're not gonna be healed.
Okay, let me get that. What's going on? Good. This is St. Matthew 13 and 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross. So why is it waxed gross? Because you got too much fucking shit that you don't fucking need. And their ears are dull of hearing. Why? Because people, you go to fucking, you say you have a bitch go to college, and the fucking professor, oh, you're so pretty, you're so smart, I'm gonna pass you. She doesn't do any fucking work, and then when she comes to real life applications, she doesn't understand the fucking thing. And their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. Like I said, oh, you're so pretty, this and that. Lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears. So what are you seeing with your eyes and hearing with your ears? We're telling you that the mark of the beast is coming, and you're seeing prophets out here. You're seeing the criers. And should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Yep.
That's just beautiful right there.
So that's what it takes. You know, it takes some time and patience to change your mind.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
Yep. You can't just say, all right, bless you, and that's it. You know.
And then, oh, I'm healed.
Yeah.
It's like that man's a perfect example. His conversion has to be like this. He has to suffer all this time. But that's what healed him.
That's why I told that brother, we're here every Sunday at 10 a.m. You know, that's the way you're going to be converted.
And if he comes back thinking he's going to get money, hey, I might have some, I might not. But if I don't, I'll tell him, hey, brother, just keep it here. Listen to the word. What could hurt? Nothing. He will be healed. Lest he understands in his heart and be healed. You want me to go to, back to St. Matthew 18?
To Psalms 51.
51. Psalms 51 and 10. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and renew a right spirit within me.
Hey, so right off the bat, when we're born, we're not in the right spirit. You know, when we grow up, when we're raised, we're not raised to be in the right spirit. You know, because the prophets are not everywhere. You know, there's not that many prophets in the world who are gonna teach you. You know, I mean, like say if I had I don't have a son. You know, I don't have any children, so I don't have any children to teach, but this brother does have children. So he could teach his children because he's in the truth.
And guess what? We celebrate Passover. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate none of those honky holidays. They all know the name. They all know the image. They all know I'm out here right now preaching and prophesying.
Yeah. When you know, the prophets, you know, they were already prophesying, but we didn't know about it, you know. But one day we heard about it, you know.
And when we started listening to them, they became our spiritual fathers, just like this man has a spiritual son. You know, he teaches a brother from Colinga.
Yeah.
See, it's okay though, because he's gonna have tons of children in the kingdom. And I think that's what the apostles meant. Who's going to be the greatest in the kingdom? Who's going to be the least? Well, you know, we're finding out.
That's why it says what the things that you don't get now, you're going to get them 10 times in the kingdom. You know?
Yeah. Oh, so you said you don't have a son, you don't have children. You're going to have millions of children and hundreds of thousands of sons. Hey, like, I don't know if this is scriptural, but I was thinking, you know, the chariots that we see, what if those are our sons flying those chariots? We don't fucking know.
I mean, they probably are because...
Wouldn't you take care of your dad?
Because all the nation of Israel, the whole nation of Israel is up there, you know?
And
We're
down
all
here.
related.
And right here.
We're all related.
Israel's right. For real, I didn't know no other way to say it. Y'all right here.
We're gonna be up there too.
5 billion sperms each man. 144,000 times 5 billion. And we're gonna get one woman a day, one woman in the night, one woman in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And
We ain't gonna get tired. You know?
And they're each gonna get pregnant.
And we ain't gonna get tired like how you get tired after sex, you know?
You're all catching your breath and shit.
You lose your vitamins.
Yeah, that's right. So 51 and 10. Let me read that one again. Psalms 51 and 10. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and renew a right spirit within me.
So imagine how dirty your heart is. You know, if you don't know anything about the law, statutes, and commandments, you're really dirty. You know, your heart is like black. You know,
Man, dirty.
you got a black heart.
And you could be a bum, be dirty as hell, but you can have a clean spirit.
Yep. That's right.
And look at that car over there. That's a dirty spirit.
Yep.
Breaking his own fucking laws. Grievous. Hey, that fat lady right there just saved herself. That's all she has to do. Look at those guys preaching the Bible. I love them. Boom. The angel heard it. Took it up to you. How about you on the side? Boom. Stamped it, approved it. Everything's in order. And then, was it last week when that lady came and asked? See, that's the second time and third time.
Yeah, that's our third. Every week we've been having one person walk up.
Hey man, the job is hard to do, but when you get it done, the reward is great.
Yeah. Just like the scripture says, if you got 10 sheep, or I think it's 100 sheep.
199 sheep, and you have one that goes off. Ain't you gonna try to go save that one?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Or if you have 10 $100 bills and you lose one, aren't you gonna try to find that $100 bill? Right?
You're like, where the fuck is turning shit, flipping shit over?
Yeah.
Getting pissed off at everybody, yelling at your cat. Did you move it? And those are the demons hopping on when they do that shit.
Yeah.
So now it's gotta be. So now you gotta be a man. You converted as a child. You're renewed in your heart. You got a clean spirit. But now you gotta be a man, because guess what? Demons are coming.
Yep. Because now the demons know who you are.
And now they're gonna fuck with you.
Yep.
That's like if you're young and never joined a gang. I was in a gang. Everybody knows who you are when you join a gang, because they know you as your enemy.
You can't walk down the street. You can't walk down your enemy street.
Fuck no.
You know.
But we had allies. And those were crazy times, man. Those were crazy ass times. Man, I used to put people in hospitals. We used to jump people. Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you think you're some badass,
Fuck, yeah. And the thing is, the saying is, mi vida loca.
Yeah.
Damn. I hated coming home at night with my heart pumping and having to sleep with my gun looking out the window. That's not funny. It's not fun. I had fucking dudes in the front yard of my house with guns, smoking a joint, waiting for me to come outside so they can pop some lead into my skull.
And it all comes from the influence of those gangster movies.
Right.
You know?
So this is the greatest influence right here.
Yeah.
That's why you have to convert as a child.
Convert from all that. Everything that we've seen.
Been done. So the word convert means you're walking this way, but then you're going to turn around and walk this way.
Yep. Because you're walking, you're like, hold on, you know?
Hell yeah, you convert. And it would be a smart thing to say, did you forget your keys? You better convert and go get them. Right? So let's put it into context now. Did you forget your book, Jimmy? You better convert and go get it. Did you forget to do your homework? You better convert and go do it. when you're at work and you forget to do something and you're walking back to the warehouse to put everything away. Oh shit, I forgot that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna convert.
Convert yourself and think like, think and act like a child.
So that's the only thing that you have to be like a child. Think and act like a child. The child wouldn't think, oh man, my homeboy's going to work right now. I better go take care of this woman.
A child doesn't know wickedness,
Hell no. And when I was a child,
He's not supposed to know wickedness.
Hell no. Me and my cousin, we broke into. It didn't break into. It was open. We walked into one of our neighbor's house and we drank all their Kool-Aid. We're just sitting on the couch watching TV, drinking all their Kool-Aid.
Oh shit.
Drinking all their Kool-Aid, and they came and they were like, "You guys having fun?" And we were like, "Yeah." All innocent. But they were our relatives, and they told our parents, and our parents had to reimburse them. But I was drinking their fucking Kool-Aid. It was good ass Kool-Aid. That's where that saying comes from. All up in the Kool-Aid. Little kids all up in the Kool-Aid. And really it was under the influence of my cousin, because he's the one that opened the door. But, you do things like a kid.
Yeah, so a child is not supposed to know wickedness. The only reason why these kids today know wickedness is because of the parents.
So if you know wickedness, it's because you don't know righteousness, right?
Yeah.
So it's important to have a father figure, right? A spiritual father figure, or even your father as a father figure. Now I know this man's father was in his life. My father was in my life. He taught me a lot of things. When I was 3, he took me to the bars, and he would walk in, and he would smack me. He goes, "Do everything I do." I go, "Okay." He'd walk in, smack the lady on the ass, and I walk in and be like, "Pow!" But he wasn't perfect, father, but he was perfect for me. He is perfect for me, man. He's my homie. But Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, he ain't my homie. He's my creator. He's my master. He will fuck me up. He'll take all the little things I have away from me if I do this in malice. If I don't forgive my brother. If I don't teach the truth. If I don't show alms. Man, because really this is a test of how to be a king.
Yeah. This is like the rehearsal.
That's right. You think I'm going to be on earth at any point? I'm going to come back to celebrate, but I'm going to be on another planet. I might be in the sun, taking a hot bath.
The whole